Okay, I hope that you can hear me. I've had problems with the internet connection lately, with the sound breaking up and all that, and I hope that's not a problem today. I know it's the internet connection because, you know, I've. It doesn't matter which microphone I'm using. So first of all, let me know if everything is working. I really hope it does because I can't change the setup once I've started. So far, so good. So let's hope for the best. Okay, there are lots of people here already, so let's get to it. First of all, well, thanks for being here this fine morning. Well, it's morning here in Norway at least, and so far, no news about World War III. Mainstream media said that, well, we might have a world war starting on Wednesday, and today is Wednesday, so, but still a few more hours left. We just started this day, so who knows? No, I don't think we will have a big war starting today. I don't think so. Now, Ukraine, Russia, and all that. First of all, I'm not an expert on this matter at all. I've been to the Ukraine many years ago now. I was there competing in the European Championships in powerlifting juniors, and I've been to Russia, and I've been to the USA. What I will say is that people should take a look at the map and try to find Russia. I suspect that there are people who don't know where Russia is, and there are people who don't know where the Ukraine is. Um, yeah. And if you look at Russia, it's a huge country, right? But it is to the west, surrounded by not friends, shall we say. It is the border to the west has always been a challenge for Russia, right? So if you look at the map, Russia has only one port into the Baltic Sea, and it's very limited when it comes to access to the sea. Of course, you have the Arctic coast and you have the Pacific coast, but when it comes to trade going to the west, it's limited. And it's been a challenge for Russia ever since Peter I think he liked to be called the Great, really got his, started to build a shipping industry, and he actually did some apprentice time to learn about shipbuilding, but that's another topic, I guess. So Russia has this almost, I guess, claustrophobic feeling, and they will do what they can to avoid getting cornered, if you know what I mean. And if you look to the east, you have a country run by a quite a feminine-looking little man, the communist leader, yeah, China. And people have said that if we start pointing our missiles at Russia here from the West, it will be like driving them into the arms of China, and we don't want that, do we? So there are lots of things going on here. It's the Belt and Road Initiative, which will change international trade. So there's a lot of things going on. What I'm trying to say is that this image that we see in mainstream media here in Norway, and I guess in the USA and most Western countries, this image of Russia being the aggressor, and that's all there is to it. It's simplified and it's wrong. Now, Russia is behaving in an aggressive manner towards Ukraine. Of course, I'm not denying that. But we should try to look at this from both sides. That's my opinion on this. And the rhetoric from the gassy old man in the Oval Office has been, let's say, let me put it this way. I hope it's stupid. I hope it's just because they don't know any better, but I think they know exactly what they're saying, and they are using this rhetoric to get Russia to behave in an aggressive manner, because that will enable, and I think they've already done this, this will enable USA, NATO to put even more strain on the border towards Russia and put more troops in that area and gain more control over those areas. And why would they do that? Well, again, I'm not an expert on this, but I think it has to do with the war industry. If you look at the people in the Biden administration, they have very strong ties to the war industry, weapons industry. So there's money. Follow the money, always follow the money. And it has to do with controlling things like pipelines with, gas pipelines and energy, controlling the flow of energy. And there is a lot more to it as well, I guess. As I said, I'm not an expert on this at all. So that's pretty much the end of my monologue here. Just wanted to say that I think there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of things they try to, show you right there. Look at this, and then when you're looking at this, they are doing something over here on the side here. Okay. I don't know if yeah, of course, as Ages Flow says, Joey is not in charge. I don't think Biden is even in charge of his own shoes. Now, let's see here if there are any super chats. Colleen, thanks a lot. Yeah, if there is no war, the Biden administration will take credit for that as well. Yeah. And let's see here. I'm just scrolling up. It's great to see that there are so many people here at this time of the day. It's morning here in Norway, and evening. No, it's nighttime in North America. But still, we have a lot of people here. That's wonderful. So I don't think we will have a World War III today. I don't know what will happen along the Ukrainian border. I absolutely think that Russia is being an aggressor in that situation. But it's not like Putin woke up one day and he thought, now I'll be the aggressor towards the Ukraine. No, it has to do with several factors. And there is also the perspective of Ukraine being partly Russian. It's like there are lots of Russians there, and so there is a bit of an ethnic conflict as well. I think at least that's what I've heard. But okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to change topic a little bit. Or rather, it's the same topic. It's the idea of the magician using smoke and mirrors in order for you to keep your eye focused on one thing, and then while you're looking at this one thing and something else, he's doing something else, right? So in Norway now, they dropped all the restrictions. Hooray! Yeah, that's great. That's awesome, wonderful. For me, doesn't make any change. I haven't followed any restrictions for a long time, But if you notice, or if you keep your eyes on what's really going on, here's what's happening. While they are dropping the restrictions, at the same time, they are, now what's the English term for it? They make a change in the laws, right? And that's called a proposition, I think. And you have a time limit for organizations and so on to say what they think about that. And then the Stortinget, the elected, the people elected by the public will vote on that proposition. So this proposition is about nothing less than quite tyrannical laws about mandatory vaccinations. And I've read those parts of that proposition, and it says that people can be locked up in areas, designated areas, if they are sick. It says that the government can impose mandatory forced vaccination on people. And it's think Austria, think Australia. This is going on while we're not looking. And I have no doubt that they will be voting about this, and they will I can't remember the date, but it will happen in a few days from now. And then it will become law. It will become a tool for them to use when the next so-called wave hits us, which I'm sure will happen. Maybe this fall, for instance, in a few months, maybe before that. Smoke and mirrors. So while people in Norway are busy getting out, going to the bars and getting drunk and spreading quite funny STDs, isn't that what they called? this dystopian change to our society is being implemented, or at least that's what it looks like now. And that worries me, because if this law if this becomes law, Norway could become one of the most tyrannical nations out there. So that's what I wanted to say. And I don't know. Hopefully, there will be people saying that, well, you can't do this, and we will not approve this, and they won't get this law through. But it's not like there's a lot of politicians against this. They've all been in lockstep the whole way on this. Okay. So, how are you people doing today? Yeah, and also I should mention that the day after they dropped the restrictions, they also started running a small propaganda ad on TV. It is factually wrong what they're saying there. They are saying that, and I'll use code language now. They they are saying that now we can live with a lot more coronavirus in society because we have gotten immunity from the injections, right? Yeah, it's as I said from the start, I will respect your choice, whatever that is when it comes to this, but don't go around saying things that are not true. The idea that these injections have made us immunity. That's not how it works. Not even big pharma is claiming that. Last time I checked, it's sold as a sort of a preventive medicine, so that if you get the virus, you will be better prepared to handle it or something like that. Yeah, but it's difficult to talk about because of the censorship. It's how it is. But you all know this now, okay? And still, they are running this ad on TV, and it's a lie. But most people will believe in that, and they will think to themselves, "Oh, I was very intelligent. I did the right thing, and because I got the needle. We can open society and go back to normal." And that must be a pleasant thought. It is also a lie, but people will rather believe in lies that are comfortable than in looking at the truth as it really is. RG, yeah, I know you can like anyone can write on that web page, tell what they think. I don't think they care. But at least if you do that, if you write on the web page what you think about this, at least you did something, and that matters. Horror Business, welcome as a member to the channel, and you will have access to the members only live streams now. Okay. Let's see here. I can't. There are lots of comments here. GB is here. Good to see you here as always. Mark Marvin is here. Let's see. Yeah, Brian Keith Prepper. I still suffer from the headaches, and now whenever I talk about that, which I try not to, people will say, "Well, take this herb or do this and that," and well, yeah. That's kind, kind of you too, but no, don't. I manage. I manage. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Brian Keith Prepper, cluster headaches. Yeah, I've had we survive. We survive. Yeah, I also find that here it comes Ginger, and it's very kind of you, but no, these herbs and stuff, they don't work. Okay, I broke my neck in a car accident, and now I have many years ago now, and they said that you will probably get not arthritis, but when the calcium builds up, what's it called? Forkalkninger in Norwegian. Yeah. Which I can actually feel in my upper spine, in my neck. And yeah. Ash of the Hood, thanks a lot. You know what works for me? Heavy lifting. So I've gotten into that. Well, again, I never stopped, but I should say that I've gotten into more frequent heavy lifting, and I'm very happy now to say that I can recover from more frequent training now than a lot more than earlier, and I think it's because of my diet, which is mainly red meat. I think that must be the reason. So I'm probably going to make a video about that on my main channel. That was my dumb phone. I got the message. I need to stress that it's not a smartphone, because I get all the trolls saying that, well, I heard you got a message, so you have a smartphone, even though you said you don't have a smartphone. No, you can get text messages on these old-fashioned phones as well. Let's see here. Yoga, and now please listen. Soy and legumes, that must be a troll comment, or ironic, I guess. Yoga and I would ask for advice. It's very kind, but I'm not asking for advice. Okay. And my headache is not interesting. So let's not talk about that, shall we? I think it's important now to understand that when big things are announced, we must have some. We must try to look at it and analyze it. What's really going on here? I'm not saying that everything in mainstream media is a lie. I'm not saying that all the news are wrong, but we should be suspicious. Okay. Alex Damian, thank you for that comment. It is, yeah, it's. I try to avoid it. It's just so annoying. It is the most annoying thing I know. I get it here. No, I'm not going to sink to that level. Of course not. What? Why would you think I would do that? And yes, I said that. And please listen. I mentioned my headache. I now remember why I should never do that. Please just leave it, okay? And Alex Damian, thank you for that comment. Yeah. So, yeah, my red meat diet is great. It works well, and I've had many health benefits. I've done it for many months now, and it's I'm never going back. But anyway, yeah, I will try to. I will try to get rid of comments now. You have to leave it because I'm going to just go through the comments in the live chat and delete them. Yes, Ash of the Hood, exactly. Red meat helps reduce inflammation. So when we see big things happening, and the Ukraine-Russia conflict, it will not be the last. The USA is mismanaged. It's the management of the USA is very poor. I think even as sitting here in Norway, it's obvious. At least the international politics. I think it has to do with greed. I think it has to do with corruption. I think you have an extremely corrupt administration that has been put into place there. And for that to go on, they need to have people's attention on other stuff. So I think a lot of that is the reason why, as I've come to call him, the gassy, senile old man in the Oval Office is threatening the Russia, because that's what he's doing or told to do when he's reading the words to the camera. I think it's dishonest. I think it's foolish. Well, not foolish. I think it's cynical, because we are talking about people here. We're talking about people's lives. It would have been a lot more intelligent, wise, and humane to encourage international trade with Russia, trade between Russia and the Ukraine, instead of getting back to a Cold War approach towards Russia. I think it's extremely dangerous as well. But okay, that's my opinion on this, and yeah, let's see what's Biden's son. Yeah, it's obvious. They don't want peace between Ukraine and Russia. And it should be easy. No, not easy. It should be doable to have peace and mutual understanding between the Ukraine and Russia. Um, I do not believe that Russia wants to invade the Ukraine. I actually don't believe that, but I think they are getting very close to feeling that they have to. Another thing, the Ukraine has a nickname. Did you know? The breadbasket of Europe. Yeah, and I remember driving through parts of the Ukraine back then. That was it 93 or 95? Very flat. I come from Norway, so everything looks flat. But the fields, vast fields. Yeah, it is the breadbasket of Europe. So we should keep that in mind as well. Let's see here. Yeah, well, Chernobyl was, yeah, we all know about that, but let's see here. Some of the best soil in the world is in Ukraine, says Jason. The quiver. No, oh yeah, it's on my modern bow there. Yeah, I'm sorry about the Biden thing. Let me talk a little bit about that, because now Norway has high quality farming actually. Okay, let me talk a little bit about the Biden thing, or rather what's coming in, is it 3 years from now? I will say that I'm looking forward to a battle between Trump and Biden, purely because of the entertainment value. Now, if I had to choose between Biden and Trump, I would choose Trump. Well, if I had to choose between Biden and almost anyone else, I would choose anyone else. He must be the worst president ever. Well, I don't know ever, but it's I don't know what to say. But I wish that maybe, the next president in the USA would be someone a little bit more down to earth than Trump, a little bit more obnoxious. Because I always found Trump obnoxious. It's the mannerisms, it's the way he's talking. I don't like that. It's for a Norwegian, we don't like that way of behaving. That has nothing to do with the politics, actually. So I should keep that out of this, because it doesn't really matter if you like the guy. Shouldn't matter at all. But I don't. I really don't. But I don't know. It's if Trump gets into office again, it will be better than it is now. I personally think that will be too old for a president. But it's not up to me to decide because I live in Norway. I just hope that whoever becomes the next president, and I don't think that will be Biden because he's not really in 3 years' time. I don't think he will be. I don't think that will be happening. Yeah, I just hope that the next president becomes someone who understands how to build peace, international trade, someone who doesn't want war, someone who doesn't like to threaten other nations, and because I think war is not good. We should try to build connections, trade, and that sort of thing instead. But there are people who will call me an extremist for saying that. Actually, yeah. And I don't think Russians are bad people. I don't think Russia is the bad guy. And maybe that's extremist as well to say that. So, Chris Holmes says, "Glad the U.S. is not a monarchy. Could get Hunter Biden for King Hunter." Yeah. Yeah, Alfhild there, that comment there, it's compromised. Can I just nod? I think it's among the topics that will get you banned from YouTube or something. Yeah. I think that's a problem to say anything about that, actually. You can write it. I can't say it. I wonder why. Why is that, YouTube? Why is that? Why can't I even ask the question? Okay. Yeah, as I lost it there. Where is it? Yes, it went up there, but someone said, "Glad to be here with all the other extremists in like extremists like this." Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I want individual freedom. I do not want war. I want equal opportunities for everyone. That pretty much, and yes, protection of nature and wilderness areas. And that pretty much sums up my politics. I wouldn't even call it politics. I would just call it common sense. But that's not, no, that's extremist now, apparently. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I see lots of funny comments about these old presidents. Yeah, but yeah, equity, that's different. Equity is when you hang landowners by the neck because they have more than you. They did that in the revolution in Russia. Speaking of Russia, so equity is scary. It's one of the most scariest words I know. Equal opportunities, on the other hand, it's about, it's the opposite of equity, isn't it? It's saying to everyone, we are not all from birth, some people, we are not equal. Some people are more intelligent, some are stronger, some can run faster, and so on and so on. But we can all succeed here in life. I truly believe that everyone can succeed. And again, now I want to mention this because I've had a career as a powerlifter, international. I've competed and taken medals as well, won medals as well in international competitions. Um, I shouldn't have been able to do that actually, because first of all, I have one leg that is longer than the other, quite a bit, and I have and I had this car accident, and it took me many years to get back to competing after that. But I did get back to it, and I did compete in the World Cup in 2012. So everything's possible. Everything is possible, you know. So, not saying that to brag or anything like that. There are lots of people out there who are stronger than me. Lots of people, who better, stronger. Um, but I did my best, and it's possible. It is possible. Just take some time. Sometimes it took me 27 years to get to 200 kilos in the bench press without the bench press shirt and all that. So, but anyway, again, there are people lifting more than that, So, yeah, we should all try our best. We should all know that if you make an effort and if you don't give up, you will succeed. You will do great. You know? Okay. Let's see here. Horror Business says, well, thanks for the super chat, by the way. I live in America. My partner lives in Norway. I want to see her, but I don't want the thing. Last time I checked, you can come to Norway, and there is no requirement of that. You should check with the Norwegian embassy or something like that, or do a search on the internet. I'm pretty sure there is no. Yeah, you should check it out. Let's see here. Okay. So I'm going to end this live stream now because I'm hungry. I have to get something to eat, and then I'm actually going out to the gym to do some lifting. So, okay. Have a wonderful day or night. As always, stay strong. Try to look past the smoke and mirrors. I will talk soon. Bye.